The truth about why your ex moved on so fast, psychological truths you need to hear, no one talks about. It's a gut punch. 1 minute, they're telling you they love you, and the next, they're in someone else's arms, laughing on Instagram stories, acting like you never existed. You start asking yourself, was any of it even real? If you've been left reeling, confused, and heartbroken, this video is for you. Because today, we're going deep. The psychological truths, the ones people rarely talk about, behind why your ex moved on so fast. You deserve clarity. You deserve peace. And it starts right here. It's not always what it seems. Let's get this straight. Just because your ex looks like they've moved on, doesn't mean they actually have. What you're seeing might be a performance, a defense mechanism, a psychological coping strategy. Psychologists call it emotional displacement. It's when someone channels the pain of a breakup into something, or someone, else. Instead of sitting with the sadness, they skip the mourning process and jump straight into distraction. It's like taking a painkiller without treating the wound. So when you see them smiling with a new person, it may not be happiness. It might be escapism. Here's a truth bomb. Moving on fast is sometimes the biggest red flag of unresolved emotions. Not closure. The rebound reality. The infamous rebound. Let's talk about it. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that people who move on quickly often do so not out of love for someone new, but fear of being alone. Rebounds offer comfort, validation, and the illusion of progress. Think of it like this: they just lost a sense of identity. Being with you was part of their routine, their story, their emotional anchor. When that's gone, the human brain craves familiarity, fast. Enter the rebound, someone new to talk to, someone to hold at night, someone who makes them feel desired again, but it's not real connection. It's emotional patchwork. And here's what nobody tells you: the faster they rebound, the more likely they're avoiding real growth. Pre-detachment happens quietly. Now here's a truth that stings, but sets you free. Some people don't leave suddenly. They start detaching weeks, sometimes months before the breakup. Emotionally, they were checking out before you even noticed. It's called pre-detachment. Signs they were pulling away: they stopped sharing vulnerable thoughts, physical affection decreased, they seemed distant, distracted, cold psychologically, they were preparing themselves for life without you, while you were still living life with them. So when the breakup finally happened, they didn't need time to grieve. They already did that. Behind the scenes. But that doesn't mean you did something wrong. It means they didn't communicate. They weren't brave enough to have hard conversations. And that's on them, not you. The ego trap. Let's talk about something brutal: ego. Many people don't move on out of love. They move on out of ego preservation. Breakups bruise the self-image. So, instead of facing rejection or failure, they seek a quick win. They post more selfies. They flirt more. They get into a new relationship fast, not because they're over you, but because they want to prove they're desirable. This is called self-enhancement, and it's a real psychological process studied in relationship recovery. Translation? They're not over you. They're just trying to convince themselves they are. And honestly, that kind of behavior is rooted in insecurity, not strength. The avoidant attachment style. Now we're getting into the real psychology. Attachment theory. If your ex has an avoidant attachment style, their quick move on isn't about love, it's about emotional shutdown. Avoidance fear intimacy and vulnerability. So when things get too deep, they emotionally withdraw, and then replace connection with surface-level interaction. Their new relationship? Likely shallow. Convenient. Safe. It gives them attention without intimacy. Affection without accountability. And the worst part? You might feel like you're suffering while they're winning. But avoidants run from their own feelings. And the chase never ends. Section 6, Guilt and shame can make them run faster, 2100 hours to 2430. Narrator, ever wondered if your ex is moving fast to avoid guilt? Sometimes, people move on quickly not because they're heartless, but because they feel terrible and don't know how to process it. Running into someone new distracts them from the pain they caused. They avoid apologies. They dodge self-reflection. They escape. It's like trying to erase a chapter by starting a new book without reading the ending of the last one. But guess what? That pain doesn't go away. It just gets buried, and buried feelings always resurface. Social media is a mirage. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all of it is a highlight reel. What you see online is not reality. It's a performance. Many exes post "I've moved on" content to provoke you, to look superior, to spark jealousy. It's called impression management. In psychology, this means crafting an image for public consumption, regardless of what's actually going on inside. So when you see that beach trip or that couple pic, remember, they're curating an illusion. They're not necessarily thriving. They're performing. You're comparing their outsides to your insides. This is one of the most painful mistakes people make after a breakup. You compare how they seem on the outside to how you feel on the inside. You think, they're happy, I'm not. I must have lost. But healing doesn't look the same for everyone. Some people crumble privately. Some suppress everything. Others distract themselves with new people. You're choosing to face the pain. And that's braver than pretending. Your healing will be real. Theirs might be hollow. What if they actually moved on? Okay. Let's address the elephant in the room. What if they really did move on? What if they're actually happier? That's possible. But here's the truth. Even if they found someone new and feel content, it still doesn't diminish your worth. Some relationships are meant to teach. Some are meant to end. And growth doesn't always look like winning them back. If they've moved on genuinely, that's their path. Your path is still unfolding. You are not less lovable because they found someone new. You are not broken because they didn't choose you. You are evolving into the person who chooses themselves. The growth is in the silence. Silence is powerful. While they run, distract, and perform, you're sitting in the quiet. And in that quiet, you're growing. You're learning to self-soothe. You're rediscovering your identity. You're healing your attachment wounds. This is the hard road. But it's the right one. The ones who rush into new love often repeat the same patterns. The ones who sit with their pain become unstoppable. So why did your ex move on so fast? Maybe they were avoidant. Maybe they felt guilt. Maybe they feared being alone. Or maybe they were never meant to be in your next chapter. Whatever the reason, here's what you need to remember. Their timeline doesn't define yours. Their actions don't reflect your value. The new relationship doesn't erase what you shared. You're not behind. You're not losing. You're healing, honestly, deeply, fully. And in the end, that's the kind of healing that builds a future love that doesn't just look good. It feels good. So take a breath. Reclaim your peace. And keep becoming the version of yourself that your future self will thank you for. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs this truth today. Like, comment with "I'm healing on my terms," and don't forget to subscribe for more real talk, psychology-based healing, and emotional clarity. You're not alone. And you are more powerful than you know.